We don't control what happens to us, and I don't like that. But with God's help, we do get to control how we respond. And honestly, that's where most of the battle is. There was one day I was stuck in traffic, dead stop, late for an important meeting. There was no warning, there was no detour, there was no control that I could exert over the situation. Do you know the feeling? Your hands tighten on the steering wheel, your blood pressure rises, the inner dialogue gets, well, let's just say, a little less holy by the minute. But then I noticed something. The young driver in the car next to me had the same traffic, she had the same delay, yet she was calm. You could tell she had her music on, coffee in hand, smiling, singing. Same situation, but a completely different response. And it hit me. The traffic was not ruining my day. My reaction was what was ruining it. And that's why Philippians 4:13 hits a little differently for me than I often realize. It says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That verse isn't just about winning, it's about enduring. It's about responding well when life doesn't cooperate. Sometimes all things means staying patient. Sometimes it means holding your tongue. Sometimes it means choosing faith when frustration feels easier. You didn't choose that diagnosis. You didn't choose that betrayal. You didn't choose the delay or the disappointment. But through Christ, you can choose your response. Not because you're strong, but because He is. You see, the enemy wants us to react. God invites us to respond. Reacting is instant, it's emotional, it's explosive. Responding is slower, prayerful, anchored. Reacting says, I can't believe this is happening to me. Responding says, Christ is strengthening me in this. Responding says, this may come as a shock, a surprise to me, but it does not surprise or shock Him. So the next time life throws something at you that you didn't ask for, and it will, maybe pause and pray this. Jesus, I can't control this moment, but I trust You to strengthen me in this moment. Because when Christ strengthens your response, He protects your peace, He shapes your character, and He deepens your faith. No, you may not be able to control what happens to you, but through Christ, you can control what happens in you and how you respond. And sometimes